talking about. Thank you to the Spanish River Cheer Squad. A wonderful open. And guess what, Tyree? First try. Gotta love a first try. That's how you bring us into week 5 of high school football. Good evening, good people. This is ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. I'm Theo Dorsey. That's Tyree Smith. And tonight, it was big for a lot of squads in the area.
You got that right. 10 unbeaten teams remained entering week 5, and the stakes were high for number 5 and number 10 on the top 10 list. Am I right?
That's right. Well, actually, number 5 and number 2. And a huge fight broke out at Sam Butnick Field between Cardinal Newman and Atlantic. But you know what? Both teams enter undefeated with chips on their shoulder. First play of the second half, scoreless. And Atlantic fouls up the screen pass. Tyree Locust, pick 6. He's 295 pounds, the defensive tackle. They're calling it a thick 6. Rightfully so. That was the only points of regulation for Newman. I mean, their defense of Newman was scoring and doing it all on both sides. Big interception right there, Kevin Levy. But here goes Lincoln Graff making up for it. He matches that 6 with 6 of his own. We go into overtime, tied at 7. Last possession right there for Atlantic. They fumble the snap, and the Crusaders get the ball and a chance to win it. First play, Jalen Brown, J-Bo, walk-off touchdown, point to the crowd, go kick it with the fam. This is a big piece of chicken tonight, baby. Cardinal Newman wins it 13-7. You can't say nothing to that, man. Game winner, 4-1 is what Atlantic drops to. Newman stays undefeated.
Are you thinking of chicken? What you mean, big piece of chicken?
You know, at dinner, they divvy it up that way. You get that. Come on, man. Number 4, Jensen Beach. Number 4, Benjamin. Number 6, Jensen Beach. Tyree doesn't get it. They're both undefeated. The Falcons from Jensen riding 4 straight shutouts. This one from last night. Number 1 top 63 player Chauncey Bowens trying to change that for Benjamin. He had a couple touchdowns on the night, but the Falcons defense, well, they were as advertised. 2 first-quarter sacks. Benjamin, though, was too much. Jaden Vega up top to 6'5" Amari Williams. Guess who's
Ay, caramba!
Yeah, Amari Williams is winning that. That's the first touchdown Jensen's allowed all season. It took 18 quarters of football, and Benjamin wasn't done scoring. They'd win this one 24-zip, serving up their 2nd straight shutout, improving to 4-0.
That highlight right there, Jacob Copley-Mosley, is a dog, folks. I'm telling you. We got to go to Vero Beach because who's got the better tribe? Well, that was the question in Vero Beach as the Indians hosted the Noles from Seminole Sanford High School in Orlando, the home team. They would get off to a hot start. Top 63 honoree Tyler Aronson threw back-to-back tutties to put Vero up 12-0 in the first, Theo, but the lead, it didn't last long. As Seminoles, they would go on a 31-6 scoring run to finish the first half. Looks like me and you and Madden, I'm the one doing the scoring. The rest of the game would look no different. I got highlights to show you. His tribe would North Orlando hands number 3 team the first loss of the season, 38-20. Vero will head to Fort Pierce Central next Friday.
That was 2 years ago, by the way.
It doesn't matter. It's still on record.
Well, what matters is what happened tonight when the number 1 team in the land, Treasure Coast, with the tall task right in front of them. The Titans made a trip down to Fort Lauderdale to take on nationally ranked St. Thomas Aquinas. And, well, a year ago, Treasure Coast actually lost by just a pair of touchdowns to defending 4-time state champs, but tonight was a much, much different story. The Raiders jump out front, and they never looked back. St. Thomas wins this one 42-6. Not too many positive Treasure Coast highlights, but what we do know is Treasure Coast going to take on another powerhouse in Cocoa on the road next week.
Treasure Coast will bounce back. They're number 1 on the list for a reason.
There you go.
Spanish River, one of those unbeaten teams in the area we talked about in the beginning, making a trip to Dr. Joaquin Garcia tonight, who is coming off their first win of the season. All Sharks in this one. Senior quarterback A.J. Torillo airs out 4 touchdown passes and a touchdown run with his fellow senior A.J. Wallace on the receiving end of all of those. The defense
into the turf there.
Smurf turf, that's what we call it.
Yeah.
Defense allows just 75 total yards, and Spanish River wins it 35-0. A different Spanish River team we've seen in recent past. The Sharks will look to stay perfect next week at St. John Paul.
Do a trick play where somebody like lays on the field.
I mean, I've seen it happen in the NFL before. You know, the Sharks were winning on and off the field this week as the seniors of the football team, they paid a visit to the senior citizens at Delray Medical and Dental. Players shared stories about their time in high school and heard from the seniors out there living their lives and while offering a little bit of friendly advice on their situations, which will help them a lot later in life.
We're about to be out in the real world here pretty soon too. So some of them are going to school, some of them are going to the workforce, some of them are just going just to be regular college students. So I think, you know, just as well as we want them to be, you know, really good football players, I think it's really important that we make them really good people too. So they know how to interact with people. They can talk to the old, the young, the white, black. It doesn't really matter. They
Hard, matey. You know, I've been taking it a lot. Theo, you take this one.
Okay, I got you. Well, we brought out a pirate ship during halftime of the 40th edition of the Martin Bowl. You know who it is, Martin County and South Fork. Martin County Tigers, they led 14-0 at the half. They strike quickly on the first possession of the third. That's what you just saw. But the Bulldogs, Tony Jefferson turned on the Jets.
I'll see you later, sir.
Yeah, he lit up the stadium with a 90-yard kick return, trying to fight back. It's always great to get a big special teams touchdown in a rivalry game, but Martin County overcame the hype and the home crowd. They win it 35-6. They improved to 3-2 on the year.
You know that kick return? I told him to do that right before he did it.
Good job. You should tell him to do that more. Let's go to break. We got more games coming up. Welcome back. Tyree, can I get a week 5 high five, man?
Bam. Let's go.
Let's get back to the X.
Let's do it. Right. That's a great way to start it. Let's get things off Boynton and West Boca, shall we? Because the battle of the top backs in the area, Javarian Mallory of West Boca and Bobby T. Smith of Boynton Beach looking to lead their teams to wins. It was West Boca protecting home field and heading off to their homecoming dance. Happy. Mason and Javarian Mallory, both their cousins, both helped lead the offense. Bulls win it 42-0. Oh, wow. West Boca has scored 198 points in their 4 wins of the year as they snap a 4-game losing streak to Boynton Beach. Next week, though, Theo, it's a district battle between home field. It's going to be Deerfield Beach against West Boca. Oh, my God.
They're going to outscore the basketball team this year. Man, homecoming in Lantana. Santaluces hosting Royal Palm Beach. How about that point of view from running through the banner? Way less exciting. First pass of the game, way more exciting. Shida Vo, Israel Marion. Oh!
That's a top play of the week.
That's 6 for 6. And if it works once, it works again. They recover a kickoff, and Shida Vo, he's scrambling around. He's like, who's open, man? Let me find a guy. How about number 6? Huh? How about that, Tyree?
That sounds like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
It's something like that. 14-0 Chiefs. Royal Palm would fight back, though. They scored 3 times in this game. You know, shocking. So that Royal Palm team pretty feisty, especially on the ground, but not enough to spoil homecoming. The Chiefs win it 41-21, improving to 4-1 before moving into district play.
Santaluces is going to be a problem going into the playoffs. The winless Centennial Eagles, well, they played host to the Palm Beach Lakes Rams. Homecoming night for the Eagles, hoping that brings some magic and it gets them their first dub of the season. But first-year head coach for Palm Beach Lakes, Tamaria Moreland and Rams, they'll spoil the night. Rams, they go on the road, and they get this victory 30-12. And get this, Theo, I bet you didn't hear this. They improved to 4-2 on the year. Palm Beach Lakes.
Hold on.
A team that didn't win all year improves to 4-2 on the season.
Is Lakes on top?
Lakes on top, baby.
All right, now.
Out of the muck, my former school, Oxbridge, looking for their first win since restarting the football program. Blaze Day had other plans in mind. A week after winning their first game of the season, well, the Gators now have back-to-back dubs under their belts. Blaze Day, they win it 28-6. The team went,
That's prime right there with the ball, toting that rock.
Now that's fast. I definitely told him to do that.
Okay.
I didn't tell him to do
that.
Wow. I'm just
be an offensive coordinator.
Maybe, one day.
Staying in the muck, Glade Central hosting Dwyer in a battle of teams looking for their first win of the year. That means they're both winless right now. One of them got to leave with one. This one needed overtime, though, to determine the winner. Coach Shipman and the Panthers. They're going to win this one 24-21. Look at these runs. I love it right into the kind of sunset horizon.
Something like that.
First road win of the season for Dwyer. They now have won 4 of their last 5 over Glade Central in this series. Now let's hear from some of the winning coaches. Actually, we're not going to do that. How about we go to Lake Worth versus Forest Hill?
Let's do it. It was blackout night at Forest Hill. This is how both defenses played through 3 quarters. On the first play of the 4th quarter, though, Andrew Davis takes a direct snap, and he puts it in for the first score of the ball game, folks. Later in the 4th, the quarterback calls his own number, Josh Hurst. Well, guess this. I need you to check this. He's going to take it 70 yards to the house, and Forest Hill wins this one 19-0.
Oh, week 5 was so much fun. Let's do it again next week for week 6. You all have a good night.
Bye.